Well, hello everyone. This is Grandmaster Jessie Bowen, and welcome to the Martial Arts Extraordinaire Podcast. Every week, we try to bring forth informative information about the martial arts. We focus on how to help martial artists grow in their businesses, how to become informed, how to bring information that you generally may not get. And it is a focus point for what we do in the publishing part from Elite Publications and all the other things that we have going on. Now, today we have a very special guest, and this is Venerable Abbot Yan Fan. And he is here today to share with us about Shaolin, about the Shaolin Temple. And so he's going to be at our event in Las Vegas coming up this coming weekend. And boy, we're just going to have a good time. He's going to be doing some demonstrations. And you got to be there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite all the schools in the Las Vegas area to come out and just be a part. You know, you go into these cities and so many times great events are going on, a lot of great information, but you don't have a lot of schools participating. So I'm just going to invite everyone, all the schools in Vegas, to come out to the Who's Who in the martial arts. We've got seminars starting at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning and going all the way into about 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. So if you're in Vegas, make sure you're coming out for us. Again, this is for the events, and of course, you know, we have the Hall of Honors and all that kind of stuff. Well, hello, sir, and welcome to our program today. How are you doing?
Very good. First, Omitofu.
Well,
Thank you for inviting me into your podcast, and I'd like to introduce myself more and to share more about Shaolin culture, because it's very important to people know about the Shaolin heritage, where originally, coming from. So anyway, first, my name is Shi Yan Fan. I'm the Venerable Abbot of Shaolin Temple, Los Angeles. And I be already into Los Angeles more than 30 years. And I became ordained in 2004, and then became I became a disciple 2005, and then became ordained in 2007. So I studied Shaolin, we can say, all my life, because when I live, I come from Puglia, the name is Brindisi, and there is a small town, and everybody know between each other, and there is about food, beautiful life, and it's like a California, weather. So, and it's about the festivity, family, important, it's celebrated all the time, with family, food. In the meantime, is the one in Puglia, or maybe let's see, back in 1975. So I be represent, Italy to back the time is to do study Shaolin, and because nobody know about Shaolin back the time, it's very rare to see Shaolin to study with any master. So I studied Shaolin at the age 7, and I continued for 14 years. Every day training, change, growth, work hard, and then with no any kind of pause, 7 day a week. So I go to when I just introduce myself a little bit, to give a better idea where I come from and why I started Shaolin. So that's I can give you better idea where coming from with Shaolin. So I studied Shaolin first. I see my brother give it to me small Cage magazine. This magazine say in Italian, say, Shaolin spirit. So I don't know anything about the Shaolin spirit. I not go to the school. The most times I spend in the street. For me, go to the school is a waste of time. So I go to the street, have fun with friends, make a travel, and learn in the street the way we do. Back at the times, we different lifestyle. So of course, school is important, but also I discover in my school, my college, in the street to contact learn by good people and bad people. You choose what kind of life you want. Choice to become good or want to become bad. So, and back at the time is also having my uncle. He's a shepherd, so he have a more than 400 animal shepherd. And I chose to be voluntary to be a shepherd in the mountain. So he became a shepherd. So for training in the mountain, but also become a shepherd. Bring all the animal in the mountain, to walk on the top. Start early in the morning, 3:30, and come back in evening. When it starts coming dark. So my uncle, he know a lot of people from U.S. Basic America, basic branch for America, U.S. Force America, and my town brings have a small branch. So, and he introduced my master. He training in Shaolin before in the Shaolin Temple, many years in the Shaolin Temple in China. And he later, after many years, he decided to be a foreman and make a family. And then he go to voluntary to be in the U.S. Army, and they sent to him to Italy. So because he loved to go to Italy with his family, he chose to bring his family in Italy. So, and my uncle, he go to, to my uncle to bring cheese and milk for his family. So because my uncle make cheese, make milk from the shepherd, and I be with my uncle. So he introduced me to this master. So he introduced to me this master, and everything started from there. Started with the learn, started with him. So the magazine my brother gave me to me is a small magazine. It's a very the old kung fu magazine for many years ago. You see a lot of they make a movie also. This is a movie. I believe they make a movie from this kind of kung fu magazine. So so one magazine like that is so say Shaolin with Shaolin you become invincible. With Shaolin you become immortal. With Shaolin you become a strong person, peace, good. But in the meantime, you can be a superhuman. So I hear all these things. I say, wow, it's very incredible. I want to learn. I want to be like these guys. You know? And then I know very good to educate because I don't go to the school. I know, not very much, understand. So my brother tried to uh, introduce to me more, tell me the meaning, about the Shaolin. So
Mm-hmm.
what kind of life is a medicine. I also become a warrior. So and after that, I started to more experiment, lifestyle, from the book. So when I show this magazine to the master, he becoming my master. So he tell me everything, and everything you see in the book already he know because that's the manual is a magazine coming original from the Shaolin Temple monastic. So and the master he tell me that's the way we do. So he offered to me to be teach me, not teach me to first say let me think about it. So and I waited for him. I waited to let he thinking, and after 2 3 months he come back to my uncle to bring him some milk, and then he decided to accept me like a student. So after that I started to follow him, and we through go to all these traditional Shaolin the way we see today, you know. So I followed him for 14 years, and then after that, he said to me, "Now is the time. Is you go and training in the regional Shaolin Temple." So he sent it to me to Shaolin Temple, send a letter to Shaolin Temple, to the Shaolin Temple, Shan and Songshan, the real Shaolin Temple, invited me to be part of the Shaolin Temple, you know, legacy, lineage. So, and that's why I follow Shaolin after that. So, so now for me, I present Shaolin after many years study. I have many opportunity with life, but I chose to do only training Shaolin martial art and no anything else. So opportunity I can go before leaving the street. Some people corruption take advantage, you know, and try to take advantage to me to hurt, you know, abuse with you know, hurt another people, influence me to push me to hurting other people, corruption. So, and I started to see I need to change this lifestyle. So, and I chose to continue to follow and live it to Shaolin Temple channel. So and change my life. So I coming from this lifestyle in the street before, more like a, you know, people make it trouble, corruption, everything. You know, back, you know, you don't know what you're doing, but you don't have a choice. You need to do because you do it. So and
Right.
then from there, you be a good person. You see now you need to be a good person because you know you don't want to be a bad person. Nobody want to share with you. So and then you become a good person. And then I chose to change my life. So Shaolin changed my life. And today I be the abbot of Shaolin Temple because it is huge honor for me to be, you know, to be who am I now. So that's why I coming from. And then, you know, I started to present Shaolin in 2004. Is the first time is I go to Shaolin Temple and introduce me myself and the Shaolin Temple abbot. So and then accept to me to be a disciple. And then say in order to be a disciple, you need to leave behind everything life outside in order to be devotion and follow the path and the Shaolin rule. So I chose to leave everything outside and also I leave everything family, friends, you know, so anything beyond outside to not feel anything attachment. So it focus only to be Shaolin devotion and follow the Shaolin rule. So after that I spent 4 years in the temple and continued to study every day, you know, Zen, Buddhism, you know, meditation, monastic life. So it's different from practitioner martial arts. So that's a lot of people confused today. What do you exactly mean, a monastic or practitioner martial art? Two different aspects.
Well, wow, you know, that's very interesting. And one thing that really sort of caught me on what you were saying is the same thing that inspired me to pursue in martial arts. And you were talking about the magazine, and that was sort of like my story, you know, and I got involved in the martial arts because, you know, what, was 74, and really had never heard about the martial arts. It was still, I'm in the rural area of Eastern North Carolina, and we didn't go to the theaters, and I went to saw the movie Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon, and and I really didn't think about it. And there, I grew up as an only child, and I didn't have anybody to rough me up or tough me up, so I was a mama's boy, and I was picked on a lot. Growing up, I was told I would never succeed, a lot of negative things, and I didn't want to get beat up anymore. And there was a guy on my job. He knew something called Taekwondo. I didn't have any idea what that was, but I saw Enter the Dragon. And I saw what Bruce Lee did to those guys. And I knew it was some form of martial arts, but I remember that first day that I went in, I signed up, for karate classes. I never, I was in the car magazines. I never seen the word karate.
Mm.
And that very first day, I'm leaving this convenience store, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the word karate in a newsstand. And it's like, if you have a red car, and there's a lot of red cars, and when you get a red car, everybody looks like has a red car. So I walked over to this stand and I picked up the magazine. It was Karate Illustrated. And as you were talking about the magazine, and when I turned the page open, there was a picture of Chuck Norris, had his foot up in a chair, a little old lady, him in his uniform. He had this giant trophy cup. I knew at that very moment that I wanted to be a karate champion. And everything else left, but I wanted to be a karate champion. So that image stays in my mind. 50 years later, that I still remember that magazine. And our show is called the Martial Arts Extraordinaire Podcast, but that is also the name of my magazine. So that influence. So we have a lot of things that influences in the martial arts. And you were talking about, the way that you were, as a kid that was coming up, and and who you are today. But we all go through something, and we all have been someone else. But the power of having a good teacher is so important. And I know we were talking a few moments ago that that the Shaolin teachings are sort of like the foundation to martial arts, and how this spread across the country. So it is what you're doing is the foundation. So we talk about meditation. So let's talk about meditation from your perspective. We have the Eastern meditation, and we have sort of the Western meditation. So let's talk about meditation from your perspective.
So meditation it can be a many different way, categories, meditation. So let's see, okay, everybody today, they need a meditation because it's the time is to meditate, because people, they don't want to hear, too much trouble, competition, too much, change in this planet. So they need some peaceful, in order to be peace, we need to meditate. So we go back to, in order to meditate in the Shaolin culture, first we dedicate, we wake up early to, before coming the light. So we wake up early before coming light, around 4:30. So we start to prepare, walk to chanting the sutra. So the sutra represent the chanting to wake up the energy and start a new day. So reborn a new day in the morning early, and finish at night the day. So in the morning we start the new day, because that day, the moment we believe we live with no any past or future, but we live with the moment present. So in order to meditate, we need to bring our mind, the body, to be in the moment present in order to understand the meditation. Because the meditation is something we need to stay focused with ourselves in the right moment. So we start with the sutra, chanting morning is about Buddhism. We start with the chanting, and then a little bit chanting. We sit and we spend every day 40 minutes or 20 minutes, depend, for sit, cross the leg, keep your back straight, and relax the shoulder, relax the mind, and we go into contemplation. So contemplation represents, we sit like a mountain, and we stay peace like a tree. So and then try to concentrate the mind, the body, to focus to our body, to focus to our energy. So making sure the mind no and don't have anything to distraction from the noise or anything distraction for anything. So we close the eyes. The meaning in meditation, we close the eyes to not see distraction from life outside. So we close the eyes to go back into ourselves, our universal, so can express more ourselves. You can find through who you are. So that's the internal meditation. So when we meditate, we stay at peace, at tranquility. Still, if it's difficult for people to not thinking, because the mind, a lot of people ask you many questions. How can concentrate when my mind is all the way thinking and not focused to stay in the present? So meaning that moment you need to know, you need to do this movement not only sometimes when you only feel time is a space for you to be calm, but you need to continue to like a daily life, day by day. Every morning, start at least 3 minutes a day. Sit. No worry about if you don't need it. Let your mind keep it thinking. By the time is you practice repetition over and over, the mind starts to understand and calm, and you start to feel more peace, and you can go deeply, feel more illuminated later. So that most important now for you to stay calm with an empty stomach, not eat anything. First you do meditation, and then after you finish a meditation, 3 minutes a day, and maybe afternoon when you want to take a nap 1 hour for your job or you're busy. So you take a space everywhere. You can go in the park, you can go to small room, just 3 minutes a day, you can see the benefit. You don't need to spend 1 hours. You need to spend 3 minutes a day. These 3 minutes make you a lot of change in 1 week. One day, 3 minutes. Afternoon, another 3 minutes. At night also is important before go to the bed. You know, massage your face, reflexology, face, remove all the gravity for the outside coming to our body, the skin. So remove the energy, like you wash your face, and then you sit and release 3 minutes. No worry about if you mind thinking. It's normal. The mind all the way thinking. Okay. So, but we need to stay focused to one thing. Focus, pretend you see yourself, sit and meditate another way. So, so you see reflection to yourself, a vision. You sit yourself, you see yourself to when you meditate. So that's the most important thing. So
Hmm.
after that, if you practice, you start to see the benefit. So you start to be also your spine, your knees, your neck. So it's all the part of the tree because we have a foundation. Also everything is about the foundation. With no foundation, we can't do or grow up in different stage. So the body is like a tree with the root, the feet, the body, the trunk, and the arm is the branch. So the body is like a tree. We need to, treat our body like a tree. So that's only the way we can understand, body tree. So
Hmm.
that's about meditation.
Well, that's something I've studied since I began my martial arts training, and of course, there's a lot of different programs out there. But as you said, true meditation is to really to empty yourself, to
Yeah.
be able to release. But to be able to release, I study a program that's called Silva Method. It's called Silva Life System now. It used to be called Silva Mind Control. It was created by Mexican American by the name of Jose Silva. And so, and plus, I'm also a certified sports hypnosis coach. So I help athletes to get on the inside. And that is the true in the study of the martial arts. In the long run, it is about the ability to be able to control and discipline yourself. but the power that we receive from that, it is a spiritual connection. Someone, I was talking with someone about what it is to be 10th degree black belt. And, and in the essence is you're just learning to be able to control and master yourself. Again, from that spiritual level, because, the technique will, when the physical part of who we are, and the technique avoids who we are because we get older, but our mind is something that we want to continue to embrace. And through meditation, what I found that is a powerful tool of being able to understand it and to be able to use it, because meditation builds our intuitive self. And scientists say that we have about 6,000 thoughts that we have every day. So the question, and those are repetitive thoughts. So the question is, what are we thinking? So if we think more negative, so we now begin to attract and empower negativity in our lives. And when we think more positive and more, of calmness and peace, that's where it is empowered. So I think that that's been a really, I was glad I was introduced to it, even though it's more of the Western style of meditation. But, the technique, I never win in sports. I never win at at my karate tournament. I win in my head. I'm a professional bowler. I don't win. I win in my head. So it's always done. So definitely want to encourage martial artists and martial arts schools that don't teach or don't practice meditation, is to find a good study and begin to educate themselves on what meditation is. Because in the US, going back when I first started, it was perceived as something that was evil if you practice meditation. And it was because of the ignorance of what it actually is.
So meditation have a different. We have a meditation in movement. Mm-hmm. So we have a seat, that's more contemplation, but true meditation is the way we are now. We talk, you and me, we talk. This is called reaction in meditation. So meditation through lifestyle, is a way of life. So life is all about meditation. So, but if we pay attention more through ourselves, so we can discover true meditation into our mind, body, spirit. So we can help you also to healing our body meditation. So because meditation is one thing when you're thinking, but also another thing when you're healing yourself. So the benefit, so if you have an injury or you have a lot of, especially today, new generation, it's very difficult to focus to one thing, a new generation, because of all the new generation focus to, technological advance. So we start to lose the privilege of the human being. So martial art or Shaolin bring it to the root, to the human people, making sure they don't lose the mind, the spirit, who, for the human life. So making sure we learn meditate, we learn more discipline, we learn more education and respect between each other, because this is very important. Our young generation, they don't know very much the meaning respect between one to another person, or maybe they want to because they think living with technology, they think they are more smart for the older generation. So that's it, because the new generation, they don't see the older generation with wisdom, but see only with new technology. So meditation is good for young people. Who have children 5 years old, they can meditate like an adult. Sit quietly, 20 minutes. You don't see very much children today in the Western sit and meditate to not move, because the kids today have a lot of anxiety, move all the time. They not eat very healthy, no pay attention to school, they got too much anxiety, so they too much technology. If the parent also reinforce to their kids can learn to meditate, so that boy or girl, they can grow up with a good, education, more disciplined, and more respectful himself, so can have a better job in the school and can live better with not becoming aggression, not becoming too much negative thing. So they can be dangerous, can lose control very easily. So meditation, we have a qigong meditation,
Mhm.
soft movement is
Right.
more we call a medical qigong is a more like a almost is like a soft yoga by another way. So it's a soft movement. We call Roach one mean a soft fist in the Shaolin Temple. So we call Qigong healing and pay attention each movement, each posture. The most people coming, they want to learn Tai Chi, but they don't know Qigong. They don't know sit and meditate. So that's the most important thing. They miss the root because when they come to learn Tai Chi, who teach Tai Chi? Okay, so they need to teach first to learn Qigong because Qigong is the frame, is the foundation for Tai Chi. So Qigong is a healing, prepare your breathing, your respiratory, how you deeply you breathing, inhale, exhale, but then you develop your breathing into stretching. So when you learn the breathing, when we stretch the body, the muscle, the ligament, the tendon, so you don't feel fatigue, you don't feel pain, because the breathing help you to release the pain. So the breathing help you to feel more or release the panic, the anxiety, depression, you know, last patience very easily. So when you learn a qigong, soft movement is another kind of way meditation movement, and then we move to the next level called Tai Chi. So Tai Chi means a balance with your body. So when you learn Tai Chi, you can easily move your body because already you learn the strong foundation for 3 years. And after 3 years, you learn the good Tai Chi. So in the Shaolin Temple, we have three stages. So stage one, we learn to see, to hear, and to feel it. Stage two, in stage one, you learn to see whatever inside and outside. To hear you internal and to hear outside, to control the noise, and to feel it from the bottom of the heart. So you need to learn to feel it not on the top of the heart. On the top, already you miss too much, foundation. We need to see it to start from the bottom of the heart. So the bottom of the heart can grow up and change better way. And then stage three, with the stage two, stage two, learn to control, balance, and flexibility. So meaning when learning stage one, you can move to stage two, learn to control, your body can have a more sustain, strong foundation, solid on the ground. You learn balance. So and you can learn flexibility. Flexibility meaning you can synchronize all the movement in one action. The way you look, the way you hear, the way you feel it. So move in one action. So that's stage two. And then stage three, so you learn speed, agility, and conquer the power. So because the most people want to learn only speed, agility, and power. They don't have a patience to learn slowly, one step in the time. You see. So in the Shaolin, we learn 3 years to learn to see, to hear, to feel it. Another 3 years, control, balance, flexibility. Another 3 years, learn speed, agility, and power. So
Mhm.
that's take you almost 10 years to see through who you are, at least 10 years. 1 year is not possible.
Yeah, and that's what in good teaching, it's not when you're a student, you have to put away with time and you have to be focused on the learning process because we tend sometimes to I want to I want to be instead of I want to learn. So
Correct.
when we want to be, then we want to be black belt. But what does that really mean to be black belt? Or we want to be fifth degree black belt, or we want people to self promote us, and all of it is lost because you didn't work for it, so therefore you cannot receive it. Someone could tell me that I'm something, but yet and still deep inside of me, I would realize that I'm not. So therefore, there is something that's actually missing. And this has been a really great. I'm looking forward to next weekend of being able to hang out and get a chance to meet you in person. We're talking about being at the Who's Who in the Martial Arts Hall of Honors in Las Vegas. And, I'm very grateful for Grandmaster Rothrock to introduce us, and she's going to be there. A lot of great people coming together. So this is our global event of really trying to bring people together from around the world and share knowledge. We all have knowledge. We can all make things work, but we can all learn from each other. So I'm looking forward to that. So we have about 150 inductees that's a part of our book and part of our program who are sharing their lives of how martial arts has impacted their lives. So we have a lot of really good people coming there. And again, we have the seminars. I know during the reception, VIP reception, you are scheduled to do a demo, and I think we have a workshop that's scheduled for you on Saturday. So we're inviting all the folks in Vegas and even outside of Vegas. If you would like to come to this event, come. Let us know. We're not charging you a registration fee. So knowledge is, this day, knowledge is free. So come in and be a part. And because I know it's not always about taking, it is about giving. And I find that the more that I give, and if I give it freely from my heart, then the more that I receive back. And, and that's what we want. That is our foundation about the American Martial Arts Alliance Foundation, is that through your generosity and the generosity of others, it helps us to be able to make the world a better place. It helps that person that wants to study the martial arts to be able to study the martial arts. It is to help other people that are unable to help themselves. And it's just knowledge. It's just knowledge. And the more I give knowledge, the more my knowledge grows. And so that's what we really want to really focus on at this event. So this is our global event, and we want you to enjoy yourself. We're going to, we want to treat you like royalty, as every person that we have there. And we really look forward to, to your work and being able to participate in your workshop and to be able to share it. So where are you located, and how can our listeners, how can they find out more about the school?
About Shaolin Temple?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was speaking about where you are and your teaching.
Yeah, we are in Los Angeles, in Ventura Boulevard, 13457 Ventura Boulevard. It's 5 minutes for Universal Studio, and it's very famous street. Ventura Boulevard is very good location. Ventura is very popular. Ventura have more than 115 years old, and do a lot of activity, cinema, movie, and we live in Hollywood. Is the cinema industry where everybody coming here to want to be a star. So we have a lot of people coming to Shaolin Temple also because they want to be a movie star, stunt actor. Want to be many martial art movie with a different movie star. We have a lot of members coming, they also have some celebrity people coming. They more like a private, they don't want to expose, they want to training to be, more far away for the action, want to stay in peace,
They don't want that. They don't want the 10-year journey. What's up with that?
Yeah, they want to continue, but want to keep a break for the action, and they want to stay more peace, meditate, because too much, It's not about, sometimes we have a lot of actors, they want to far away from the set, the movie, because they can be tired. They need some break to take a space for himself, to can recharge the energy, the mind, the spirit. So when they go back, they motivate more easily to do acting. So and so we live in Ventura Boulevard, and to these years in September, we have already 18 years anniversary, in Ventura Boulevard with the Shaolin Temple. So the Shaolin Temple is the first North American open in the West, North America Buddhist temple opened in 2005, and in 2008 we opened a Buddhist temple. So this is Shaolin Temple. We are very traditional, originally from Songshan Shaolin Temple in China. And originally the Shaolin Temple, we don't call it in China because if we say China, you see many temples. We need to call only the traditional way. We call it Songshan Shaolin Temple, meaning Songshan, meaning living in the longevity mountain, Songshan mountain, and on the front of the mountain you see the monastic temple. So where the originally the Kung Fu coming from. So that's why in 1982, the first movie do with Jet Li. So they do the Kung Fu Shaolin Temple. So that in 1982 started to expose more Shaolin Temple. But also with David Carradine, in 1975, David Carradine do Kung Fu episode, started to promote the philosophy, the Shaolin Temple. So, so that's with true by Hollywood movie. So the Shaolin started to open more in the Western world, so people can see more. So otherwise, before is more like a, secret. Many people know. So still today, Shaolin. A lot of people ask the question, the meaning, what exactly means Shaolin? Shaolin meaning is a young forest, nothing to do with the martial art. Shaolin means a young forest or young tree. So when we say, Shaolin is a large forest, so meaning it's combined with Zen and martial art. So not possible to do martial art with no Zen. So first we learn, we do Zen, making sure the mind, the body, the spirit stay in the right direction, and then we do martial art. Because if we have only martial art, it can be aggression, it can be danger, it can hurt you, people, and not yourself. So if you have a Zen, we can not go too far past the limit, it can control, because you have a Zen, so the Zen to say, make you to stop, to not hurt other people and yourself. So that's most important. That is important also in the martial art, the Zen, to applicate more, put more the Zen, and not only the action. So to make it more people stay more peace and not becoming only aggression. And use only the force, physical force, but we need to use the soft part. It's good for the heart, it's good for the mind and the spirit. It's very important.
Well, we definitely do appreciate, you being on our podcast today. So everyone remember, the book is out, and this is the AMAA Legacy book. This is our global edition. It's available on Amazon. Get your copy of the book next weekend on August the 29th and 30th. We're going to be in Las Vegas to this amazing event, bringing martial artists together from around the world. Someone may ask the question, well, there's all these other events out there, so what makes this Who's Who event special? Well, we got a book. We have a book. Our event doesn't end that day, because with our books, we are encouraging martial artists to become writers. We're encouraging martial artists to take these books back to their school, share them with their students, be an influencer in their community. And so the book is very powerful. So go online. This is book number 11. Get a copy of the book, collect all 11. Each book has a special meaning and it has a special message. So really, none of the books are really the same. So they have a different message in there. So get your copy of the book. Sir, again, thank you for being here with us today. And hey, I'm going to see you next weekend.
Thank you for you. I want to say also thank you. You present all the martial art because it's very important. It's important to people today. I think family not let it stop the kids to continue the martial arts and they keep a continuity. The family to push to the kids. I need to learn the martial art to learn, educate, respect for their future. More of opportunity because a lot of kids have a problem in the school, abuse, attack, addict in the drug. So it's good the martial art educate the kids to stay vigilant, protect from the street, protect for negativity thing. So that's why it's good. Thank you for Jessie Bowen. You promote this event to Las Vegas. I think a lot of people in the future more interested to participate more. But I think everything the way you do, and the way all the martial arts expect in the world to continuity, present this root, the foundation, because people come and go, life is changed, but this martial art need to be generation, to represent a new life, a new lifestyle to a new generation. Can be older for older people, young people. So it's important to stay transparent, value, quality. So not just only quantity, but can be each teacher of martial arts. I think they need to present each student more the quality and not the quantity in order to be successful. So it's not only a black belt because a lot of people after 3 years also here they stop, they think they know it, they don't know. So, when you training 3 years, that moment, that's you already have a foundation. That moment after 3 years, you need to focus more than before because these 3 years is just to teach you through who you are, the basic, the solid, foundation. And after 3 years, it's not because you have black belt and you are a master. Sometimes when you have a black belt, so you that moment you started to teach the beginning martial art. So because already you have the foundation. Within a foundation, you can't do anything. So possible. So I think I believe it. Nothing is far if you very want something. So everything becoming close when you very want to do. So that's why I think I wish, I hope, I pray the temple prayer to we can see so many people in these times in this week and to Las Vegas to can meet in and can share all our experience, with the Shaolin and with all the martial art.
Well, yes, sir. I'm looking forward to that, and that's what we really want to do is to, as a global event, is bringing. We have people from Brazil, from Italy, that's coming to the event, traveling from around the world. So that's what we want to make. We truly want to make a difference. We don't really have to worry about the outcome. If we do everything right, then we don't have to worry about the outcome. And that's what we've tried to do. I think this feels like a much different event that we're hosting in Vegas this year. There's something I think really incredibly special about it. I don't know exactly what it is this moment. I probably worked harder on this event than I have any other, but it's really special, and we've got special people there. So, sir, I'm going to see you next weekend. Be blessed, and if you ever need me, you have my number on speed dial now, so just call me up.
Thank you to talk to you, and see you soon. Okay, I hope everything okay. Be successful. Okay.
All right, sir. Blessings. Thank you.
Yes.